3 yards of dirt has delivered to the house. The delivery's here. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Bottom is fully concreted. Mix it up, and then you can lay it in. Holy smokes, bro. We can't catch a break. Torrential downpour. Look at this. Look at this enclosure. What is going on, Cuffaro? Welcome back to part 3 of our otter build. To catch you up to speed, just real quickly, we're obviously in a otter enclosure right now. If you didn't watch part 1, we had built the entire foundation slash enclosure for the otter. As you can see, we are sitting with a full-on enclosure back here. 16 by 20, it is absolutely massive. Part 2, we focus more on the house for the otter. Where is this otter gonna go, whether it's storms or, you know, it needs a home. And this is what we built in part 2. These are 2 separate. This is for the next animal, whatever the heck I get. So just ignore that, just this side right here. You open this up, has straight access to the enclosure. And as you can see, stucco on the walls, concrete floors, can't dig out. I saw some comments letting me know some suggestions, which I love reading through the comments. Y'all always suggest some really, really good stuff. I'll make like custom little shutters for this just in case we have storms. I can cover this. That I will do. And then access on the inside, that door right there, we need some sort of cover. That way when we clean the enclosure, we can lock the otter into here. And I guess that goes for this other side too. Some sort of sliding barn door, right, that we could slide open. So that'll eventually get installed on the inside of the outer enclosure as well. It's like a lock door. So between part 1 and part 2, Hector right here, and of course Eric, the boys have absolutely crushed it, and this is where we're at right now. This morning I woke up super early, actually before the guys got here, to get a bunch of concrete so that when they got here it was ready to work. They were ready to go. We got 45 bags right here of 60-pound concrete. That is to finish off the inside of all of our walls. As you can see, the rebar, we already did some of them, and the slab at the bottom. Already this morning, roll the time lapse. Yes, Hector put the first layer of stucco on the side of our otter pond. This will eventually get smoothened out, just like the stucco inside the houses. And then just imagine the concrete slab at the bottom. We're gonna make a little tiny shelf, almost like a pool shelf, where you could sit on it. So that way the otter, although he could probably literally jump out of the water and get on the deck, this is all gonna be a deck today, in today's video. This time I'm being for real. We'll build some sort of step there so the otter can get out of the pond. But this pond is 8 foot long, 4 feet wide, 3 feet tall. Actually a little more than 3 feet tall. It's a big pond. On the outside, we have some more stucco right here. We're gonna use a lot of that on the outside right here. They make these things called concrete mats. The concrete mat is like 120 bucks, and you gotta get them delivered. We don't have time for that. We have 0 time to do that. We have this old tank background from Universal Rock that I once had in the 125, but since we rescaped it, we don't use it anymore. It's made out of like rubber, and it's pretty much the same thing, if not the same thing, that they make concrete mats out of. What we're gonna do, we're gonna cut the piece out like this, like that, and we'll use this to print rock on the outside, not only saving us a lot of money, but a lot of time. And we're gonna have the exact same thing that a concrete mat would provide us, which is a little push mat that we can boop right on the stucco and create the same rock feature on the pond's outside. So it'll save us a lot of money, save us a lot of time. This is going to be a clutch move and a really smart IQ play from the team here. So we'll see how that looks in just a little bit. It's time to keep building this pond. Welcome to part 3, baby. Hector, you ready?
I'm ready.
We're actually gonna give it a shot real quick because we've never done this, and this is obviously not a concrete mat, but from our belief, this is going to work. Look at how big this pond is. Just imagine this pond with a deck right up to it, and the deck's gonna shoot across at a diagonal right here. All that's gonna be deck. Now we take the mat, stucco's on the wall, and watch this. Oh, at least we hope, watch this. I have no idea if this is gonna work, guys. I seriously don't. Hector, I think we let it dry a little. I think if we let it dry, it would work. I think so.
And you know what? Maybe we have to spray water over here too.
Yeah. And then I think if we let this dry, like right here, right now, this is the perfect texture. If you look, like, it's not too, see if I push my finger? Like that's the texture we need for the stucco. This was like freshly put on. I think we're gonna get that to work. It's just gonna take us a little bit of trial and error. We're bouncing between two different ideas here. I might do an Instagram poll or something, but we either going to take the stucco and do the stucco wall, which looks exactly like this looks right here, or we take wood, just like we're gonna build the deck, and we build a wood wall. Essentially just pieces of wood straight up and down, which you could only picture what that looks like. Both things I think are good options. We're just gonna weigh them out as time goes. This isn't our main priority right now anyway. We obviously got the pond to finish today and the deck to finish eventually. So a couple more days of work, that's for sure. But this right here is definitely gonna be one of the two. Stucco right here or wood wall, but gotta figure one of the two. The second layer of stucco going on the inside. Look how much smoother that looks now. Oh yeah, and by the way, the outside, I think we've agreed upon the fact that we're just gonna leave it stucco. I mean, look at this. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. I like it. The boys are working. Like I said, concrete, building the pond foundation. Everything we need to get done on the pond before painting is getting done right now. All right, it's been like an hour and a half, I'd say, since the boys have been going at it, and look at all the work they've gotten done. As you can see now, the bottom is fully concreted. That's what we needed. And the sides are completely slim. I mean, they are completely slicked out. Ready to dry. This is gonna be a long time to dry, because in order for you to put that armor paint, pond armor paint, on this stucco, we have to give it like a week. So it'll be just moments for you guys watching, but this video is gonna be filmed over the next week or so. In all of these concrete blocks, there is concrete in them as well, helping build the structure of the pond itself, really creating a brick wall, no pun intended, so that when the water is in here, it's strong and it can hold it all. Stucco done on this side and around the entire, it's literally formed into a full-blown pond now. And that's pretty much what today's goal was. Today's goal was to build the structure of this. And then we can move on to not only the paint, which is in that box right there, but later on, and the deck that'll go around this will happen tomorrow. Again, it must be so nice to watch these videos, because tomorrow is like 2 seconds for you guys. Into the next day, starting off with the forklift and 200-foot rolls of the fencing that we use for all the enclosures. We're getting another roll of this. Yep. Add that on to the tack for the total cost of this project, which by the end of one of our next videos, we'll actually go over the total cost of the entire OTTER enclosure. But that's another video. We got a 200-foot roll of this thick old woven fencing right here, and this is what's gonna go on the ground. Then sod will be on top of this. But we need this because in order for the otter to not be able to dig out, just like we did for the foxes and of course the coatimundi, we need fencing on the ground, on the floor, on the substrate. This time we're doing it a little different. Instead of mulch, it'll be grass. So it'll look like almost like nothing's there at all, pretty much. But create a very natural substrate for the otter. I was gonna do turf. That would have required me to pour concrete the entire enclosure. Let's just be honest, that's thousands of dollars that I do not have. Maybe next time. For now, we're working on this. I think it'll be a really natural substrate compared to turf anyway. Alright, thank you very much.
I see that.
Yes. Oh, hay. I need to get hay too. I forgot I'm buying animal feed too while I'm here. Got a lot of feed. Alright, anyway, successful trip. Back home you might be asking yourself, Paul, what's the progress like? Well, let me show you. This is what we're looking like right now. This morning we did some drain work, which as you can see we have intake, outtake, also have a drain down at the bottom. So what we'll do is have a hose nozzle right here, and we'll be able to just spray everything pretty much out that drain right there. It's a 3-inch pipe. And as you can see at the top, boom, there is an intake and outtake. Like I said, that'll be filtration. And of course I added a little step just so when the otter is in here, if he needs something to get onto, he always has this little step, which will help him boom, boom. And most likely he'll end up just kind of flopping out like a seal. But also look at the deck. So the deck, as you can see, looks absolutely fantastic. These are the 1x6, I believe, so those will lay right on top of this frame pretty much, and it'll be an entire deck, all of what you see here. It's going to look absolutely amazing. The wood deck will be this way, and then the main frame wood around the pond will be obviously like that. This is what we're looking like as of right now. It looks incredible, and I cannot wait to see once there's actually wood on the deck. You'll be able to really tell. The deck. I feel like I've said deck 1,000 times, but it looks absolutely amazing. As you can see, the boys did a lot of work while I was gone getting the fence, and yeah, it's on to day, I think, 4 or 5 of this enclosure build. Probably the most productive day, from my knowledge at least. Like, we're gonna get the deck done today, and then we have to wait, like I said, days and days and days in order to paint the concrete, because stucco and concrete do need to pretty much evaporate all of the water and dry out before painting, otherwise it just won't do anything. So we have to give it like 10 days until we even paint this. All that though will be in this video, because I'm trying to get this pretty much done so you guys could see it all in one complete session. Also, what the guys are doing today, hence why I just bought the fence, is laying the fence down. So pretty much all this will be fencing on the ground, and then I can go get sod and throw the sod on top of that, which I'll probably end up doing that if the guys aren't around. Looking good though. We are looking good. Drains, deck halfway done, and the pond is complete other than paint. It is definitely a process, I'll tell you that. It's not easy to build an otter enclosure, at least if you want to do it the right way. But I tell you what, with this team, we can get anything done, and it's looking really, really good. And this right here is where we're at about a week roughly into the project. I know this video has been all over the place day by day wise, but truthfully that's because it's been taking a lot longer than we thought to build this. But I just got to show you what we're at present day before we go get the sod and the last couple finishing touches for the deck area. Some of these bigger pieces of wood right here are going to go up on top of this, so it'll cover all of this. We still need a stucco around our step and around the corners of our plumbing, like around that, and even make it nicer around that. Once that wood is on top, it's really going to finalize and complete the top kind of deck look we have going here. We will then need to build a ramp right here, and so much more is still to get done. But look at this. I mean, look at the deck. It came out so good. It looks awesome, kind of right tucked up onto the house over here. Obviously right underneath the access into there. We still have a lot of work to do even under here. We have to cover all of this. We have to cover back there so we can't get in there. I'm even thinking as far as I really want to build a waterfall for this animal, like somewhere back here somewhere. I mean, a waterfall would be so extra, but so awesome. We walk around the back of the house now. You can see how good that came out. And then this is the plumbing. See that right there? Oh yeah. So we have all the plumbing coming out the enclosure, ready to have some sort of filtration here. I'll probably pour a slab or something, and we can put a filter, an actual pond filter, on one of these intakes. The outtake will be up at the waterfall. This could be a drain just in case the water gets too high, so we have another one for a drain. And then we have the actual drain for water changes down here. We'll probably be having to do water changes inside this pond twice a week, every single week. If you do the math, that is 8 water changes per month. So we got to make that process easy. We got to think time-wise. How can we make that the easiest way possible? And I think we did just that. We have an overflow if we want to just stick a hose in here and let it overflow. And we also have the drain if the water is dirty. Guys, I don't think you understand how big this pond is. Look at how big this thing is. It's 1 otter, okay? That's a big pond. And I love that it takes only about 40% of the enclosure between the deck, and keep in mind, they still go under the deck, but the deck and the pond only takes about 40% of the enclosure. Look how big it still is over here. There's still so much room. There's still a whole nother enclosure on the other side. Lots of stuff we could do over here. If you have any suggestions, let me know down below. Comment down below what we could do right here for some sort of enrichment or playground area for the otter. I'm going to be heading over to our local zoo, Palm Beach Zoo, here in a couple days. Probably wear the same fit, honestly. Feel like a zookeeper in it. But that'll be on the vlog channel, so if you don't follow my vlog channel, it's right here on the screen. Go subscribe to my vlog channel so you don't miss out. I'm going there for strictly one purpose only, and that is to get inspiration on what I could build, or at least steal idea-wise from the Palm Beach Zoo. I'm not stealing any animals. I'm just saying, like, ideas, you know? Go follow the vlog channel. You'll see that video. This is all we got for now. I think Hector will be back here in another day, and and we'll probably do a little bit more work on it, but day by day, we're getting the otter enclosure done. All right, I'm inside of the otter pond right now. It's been dried out. I can get rid of this fan now, and as you can see, all around the sides, very smooth, not wet. Even through these rainy days, we've prevented it from getting any sort of wet, but inside these cracks, there's lots of these holes right here. Well, that's where silicone comes in handy. I need to put silicone all up in these holes. And when I mean all up in them, I need to literally fill these holes with it, because I can't have this leaking at the very bottom. That would not be good. It's very similar to what we did over in the reef pond, so it should work out just fine. Once you have siliconed it, now I'm just gonna double check, pretty much make sure every little thing is siliconed, no holes are seen, and then once you paint, that'll all be good and waterproof. So if you ask me, this only took me about 5 minutes, and it looks pretty good. Boom, fully siliconed up underneath. As you can see, not a single opening. I mean, literally not a single opening. I don't at least see one at all compared to what it looked like before. And then you go down to the drain and bam. That looks pretty pristine if you ask me. I think we're good, hopefully. With paint too, I think once the paint is over on top of all this, we should be good. Concrete itself, like this concrete with stucco, holds water pretty well as is, just that alone. Then we're putting pond armor on top of that, so I think we're in pretty good shape. This right here is a little step. I was gonna silicone this, but it actually looks like it's pretty dang sealed with the stucco by the time we stick some paint on here. But like all down the whole side, I mean, it's fully connected. There's nothing we really gotta worry about. And this was one of my biggest stresses was, gosh, guys, imagine we make this pond, paint it, and it leaks. Like we can't have that happen for multiple different reasons. So it's a big day, it's a big moment. It's time to officially let this dry. And for you guys, just a couple seconds, we're painting the pond. Ooh. Looks so satisfying.
Just one.
Paint. One. And then two into here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put a little bit of that epoxy.
Only one.
One of those, one of these, of that, and then boom, in there. Mix it up, and then you can lay it in to the pond. This is gonna look so different here in like literally 20 minutes. This is where it becomes an actual pond armor paint, where it's legitimate. You can smell it. It brings you back to the old times. Oh, it brings me back to when we literally first built the very first pond. It's so crazy this is gonna be all blue. I can't even imagine it, to be honest. When I fill this up for the very first time, I'm gonna literally poop my pants. I'm gonna be so scared. Just please, no leaks, right? Am I putting that into existence? No. Knock, knock, knock. Dude, that dried so fast. All right, so first coat is done. As you can see, look at this pond, what? Just like that, it looks like a totally different pond. First coat's done. That is completely dry. Look, we even got a little too much. And this is like that is literally like 100 degrees. That thing is so unbelievably hot, it's actually crazy how hot that gets. Coat number one though, is fully done. It looks so much better being blue. And on to coat number two here next. Eric is out. There we go. And the last bit goes over. That's the first, what? First half of the bucket?
We need a second coat in like 2 hours.
So wait a little bit, and then we put the second coat on top of this. We are right now trimming off some of the metal pieces that go around because we have some extra bags of concrete, and why not fill in the corners here? You see these sharp pieces and all these pieces that aren't exactly like, gosh forbid the otter's just digging right here, which he wouldn't fit, but just for the sake of our brain cells, we're gonna put bags of concrete, just like a pile of concrete right here, and it'll dry, harden, and the otter will have no way out from these corners here. Extra concrete, why not use it, right? And then on top of that, in the enclosure, the entire substrate here is not only wired already, right? There's wire all along the ground. So wire all along the bottom here, but we're gonna sand over this so we have a flat surface, an even flat surface, and it brings it up a little bit. That way, if we ever have any rainstorms, which we've been having a ton of lately, in certain times of the year, there's a lot more rain than others, we have an elevated surface. So essentially, it would have to rain a lot to get above where the sand goes, and then sod on top of the sand, which will prevent the sod from being soggy and nasty, and will also give it a nice foundation on top of the already wired bottom substrate. If all that makes sense. I mean, there is a lot of layers and layers and layers that are going into this enclosure. This is so far the most intense enclosure build we've ever had, but it's for a good reason. It's for an otter. We are fanning down paint layer number 1 at the moment, and then the guys are gonna come and kinda, you can see they're mixing the concrete right now. They're just gonna throw it in the corners here, and that will start drying, kind of just besides the fact, but we're going overkill. Why not, right? We're already this far, we might as well keep going. And like I had mentioned, at the very end of this enclosure build, part 4 or 5, whatever the heck part it is, when we finish the entire thing, I will go over the total cost, exactly what it costs down to the cent for this entire enclosure build. For one, if you want to know just simply how much it was. And I do that because, not because, oh, Paul, you spend so much on, no. People ask me, and I get a lot of questions on how much all this costs, so I like to do the price breakdown at the very end of the project. Here we go, the boys are back in town. Here we go. First corner right here, concrete, bam. See that? Just like that. Why not do it? We got it. It's extra. Mine as well. And look at how well that kind of sits in there. So nice. And there's just no physical way for that otter to get out now. Same thing for even these single posts, just like that. Pour a little bit of concrete, push it up, and just dabble it around. It's actually really satisfying. Well, fellas, this is what I'm talking about when I've been dealing with rainfall, and hence why this is taking weeks longer than it should. We can't catch a break. It just torrential downpoured. I'm talking to the point where it could have been categorized as tropical storm. Our concrete is thankfully, yes, that'll dry as is. We placed it in every single corner. We didn't get to it over there, which that'll get done. But yeah, it's just, look at this. Look at this enclosure. This is why we need to build it up and above inches, 7-8 inches higher. That's why we're bringing the sand. That's why we're gonna do the sod the all specific way, is because of this rainfall and the way the property is slanted out. I'll probably end up filling a lot of this, to be honest with you. Here we go. 3 yards of dirt has delivered to the house. We're just gonna dump it here. Stuff's gonna get built here eventually anyway, so it won't matter. This won't be grass. Here we go. It's gonna be so satisfying to watch it fall. Boom. Boom. That's some good stuff right there. So this is what the sod is gonna all sit on. Oh, there we go. Oh! There it is. Keep going, keep going. Hey! There it comes. All right, it's good. Wow, look at all that dirt. And now it's gonna rain torrentially downpouring in about an hour and ruin all of it. Boom! We got sand in the enclosure. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, Paul, what the heck is sand for? Well, you see how muddy it is? It's nasty. Really, really nasty. So part of the plan is to have sand added first. And as you saw by the clip before this, we had sand dumped at the house. So the boys are here now, bucket by bucket. We'll get the sand from out there, which is as close as we can literally get it physically to the enclosure. And it's gonna be spread out through the entire enclosure now. So all this will be sand layer first, and then after the sand, sod can go right on top, and it'll just get mixed up naturally from the dirt. This is gonna be absolutely amazing, especially once all this is like tampered down. Look at this, fellas. All the back end, by the way, we put concrete all in there. You can see the concrete around these posts, concrete around these posts out front, concrete over here in the corner. Anything that had any sort of access to dirt or corner at all has concrete in it. It's flooded pretty bad. It's been raining non-stop. This isn't normal. It's just consistently raining right now. And the sand is going to bring that level up like we spoke about. And then I can put sod, which is going to bring it up even more. So all this will stay pretty dry year round. Those are accurate cost detector. The reason we actually did sand is because sand is going to be easily compacted compared to dirt, where it can get very, very soggy, right? As you can see. So what we're doing is we're laying the sand first. The sand will be laid. Then we get a layer of dirt on top of the sand, and then the sod. So yeah, we could have just went straight dirt, but then it would just be mucky like this. This compacted down is going to create almost like a baseline of not concrete, but a lot harder substrate than anything else that we could find. So yeah, we just got a bunch of sand, and that's what we're doing now. That's step one of the substrate substrate, the ground floor. But the main reason why I even pulled this part 3 video into today is because in about 20 minutes, I just got the phone call that we are gonna be receiving probably the craziest thing I purchased ever for an enclosure outside. And it's something we've gotten before, but never on the scale of what we got at this time. So we're gonna check that out to kind of finalize part 3 of the OTTER Enclosure. Obviously, we couldn't get the second coat done. We just had cleaned the pond out today. As you can see, stuffed the drainage with a rag and have cleaned this out so this could start drying and we could do the second coat. It's been raining consistently out here in Florida. When I mean we've had the most rainfall we've ever had recently, I'm not even kidding. That's what's prevented this project from getting done weeks ago. This would have been done weeks ago, and y'all are probably waiting on this part 3 for so long now. But the reason for that is because of the weather. We can't help ourselves but just not work during the weather because of the water. It's been flooding, it's been raining, and things have to be dry, especially painting, in order to finish it. So thanks for bearing with us, thanks for being patient, but the second coat will go on today as well. This is just getting ready to dry up pretty much now. It's actually probably pretty, yeah, it's pretty dry already. And then the second coat's right here to go on that. But you already seen the first coat, it's pretty much the exact same thing on top of this one. What's happening right now is the sand, and that's the most important thing. Sand goes down all over here. And of course, what we're getting delivered in about 15 minutes, that's also going to be the little cherry on top of part 3, because let me tell you, it is worth the wait. Oh! A U-line truck. The delivery's here. I'm so excited to show you this. Well, I guess at this point I'm kind of spoiling what is on this pallet, but you can see we got some more artificial stuff, some artificial rock wall. It's gonna be insane in this enclosure. And it's all just getting delivered today. This is one of the main reasons I wanted to wait to drop part 3, is this right here. Holy smokes, folks. Yes, this is exactly what it looks like. We have a fake tree going in. We're gonna put this on the right side of the enclosure. We have some extra branches to make that tree look a little bit more like a tree, which is so cool. I think these pretty much just literally pop in like that. This right here is a stump that's gonna go around the 2x4. I can't even get this open the way I want it, but if I take this out, see how it wraps around a 4x4? Well, that right there, this trunk, just kind of picture that wrapping around this 4x4 right here. So that's why I got that made, so we can have this kind of disguised a little bit. Instead of being a piece of wood, it's going to be a tree trunk essentially, which is going to be so awesome. The sand is still going in. It's looking really, really solid out here. Much, much higher, as you can see. We're like another 4 inches off the ground. But right after the sand is all down, we're gonna unbox and bring over a lot of that stuff right there that just got delivered. So yes, Universal Rock, a big shout out to them. They got us hooked up again. You'll probably have seen the trees inside the building before. That's Universal Rock as well. But this was a special hookup. I literally called them. I said, if there's anyone that could hook me up and make an enclosure even better of an enclosure, it'd be Universal Rock. And they did exactly that. They sent on over the tree trunk. I have stuff on that pallet I didn't even show you. I didn't even tell you guys some of the stuff that's on there. So just stick around. In just a second, we're gonna get to that. Let's finish the sand. And just like that, look at this, fellas. We have fully sanded enclosure. No longer muddy. It's all sand, ready for sod to go right on top of it. That'll also probably get done this week or today even. Not sure if that will go into this exact video, but y'all know there's gonna be a part 4 to this. There's gotta be a part 4 to this, maybe even a 5, because we're gonna go intense. I think we're gonna build a waterfall going into the pond. It'll add some enrichment, and I know the otters love the waterfall due to my friend Blake having the waterfall in his. Some sort of like feature right here that drops down into the pond itself. But look at how this looks. I mean, the deck, the house underneath, don't forget we have the whole entire house we built in the first part, and like, it just looks so good. It's officially time we bring over what just got delivered into the enclosure. Wow, it's more awkward than heavy. Oh yeah, we got that.
It's going inside?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
There we go. I'm not gonna lie to you folks. I don't know what this is for. I don't know what that's for. That is so big. Where is that going? I guess they sent it for the back wall. I don't even know. It's massive.
Why we not cut it?
It's like, yeah, we have to cut it. Holy smokes. Wow. If we cut it down the middle, we could put it along this wall right here. Yeah, from the top of the pond to the top of the enclosure. So we got to measure how much that is, and then we can cut it there. And then with the leftover, we could use it right here in the front of the pond. Innovation. We're thinking. Universal Rock sent this really big piece of rock wall. Don't know what to do with it, but we're gonna innovate and make it work. Innovate is not the word. You know what I'm talking about. Look at how big this thing is. Okay, so the plan is, this is 15 feet long. That's pretty long. We're gonna cut it in half because it's about 102 inches wide. The width we need, which is perfect. I think Universal Rock did this on purpose. Big shout out to you. Thank you, Stuart. This is only about 30 inches. So we're gonna have enough with 15 feet in length and 102 feet in width. We will have enough to do from the corner of the pond right here, the entire back wall right here, all this, all that right there could be that rock wall, which is going to change the entire look of this. It'll actually probably come over about a foot to this 2x4 right here. They'll be drilled into each 2x4 and along these 2x4s. That's how that wall will stay on. Now, with the leftover, since we're only using about that wide, 54 inches for the back wall, that leftover 50 inches or so, we could use, cut down to 30 inches and use it across right here, all the way along the back there. So in just a moment, this is gonna be all rock, and all that is gonna be rock. What? It's gonna change the entire look of this entire enclosure in just moments, literally just seconds. We're trying to figure out how the best way to cut this is. We gotta cut it straight down the middle pretty much. We don't know the best way to do that, but we're gonna figure that out in a second. Aside from that, let me show you these artificial tree trunks. I mean, Universal Rock could pretty much do anything, and again, I did pay a little bit for this stuff, but not compared to the normal price. So I wanna give them a nice shout out because they did hook it up. Like, they're awesome, and they've done a lot of stuff here at the farm, and I definitely plan to continue to work with them. But just around this 2x4, like, we stick this trunk, and now this isn't the right one. That's actually the one that's gonna go here because it's gonna be trimmed to fit perfectly. Look at the difference in a 4x4 now with the trunk. It changes the entire look. This is the piece that's gonna get cut to fit the bottom, and then that's the piece that's gonna get cut to fit the top. So in just a moment, this entire thing is gonna be a heck of a lot different. Thanks to Universal Rock. So if you guys are looking to do anything enclosure-wise at your house, I'll leave the link down below. You guys can grab some stuff. They're always hooking it up, and I definitely plan to work more with them. So if you guys get stuff, tell them it came from me. It'll help me out next time we can get some cooler stuff here at the farm. Oh boy, what are we doing, Hector?
We have to cut it, amigo.
This is gonna be crazy. Wow.
We need to find something different to cut.
It is difficult to cut, folks. We tried, but it's tough material. I don't even know what they make this stuff out of. Hector said enough is enough. Let's bring out the grinder. That's it. All we gotta do now, right there. Before we do the back part though, we're gonna put the tree trunks on around this 4x4. And then these just slip right on. I mean, they just slip right on just like that. And now the underneath part too, same thing. Just goes right in there. I just gotta kinda bend this, push, just like that. That looks absolutely insane. Insane, y'all. Like, compared to before, it's just a little extra touch. This part is wider. It would have been nice to put the wider part down beneath. This wasn't long enough. This piece wasn't long enough to fit up at the top, so we had to go the wider part here. Regardless, it's better than a 4x4, all right? Top one is officially locked in, and as you can see, it's slimmed up a little bit since we've drilled it in a bit. Now we just drill the bottom one in and we're good to go. There's a tree trunk. It's in. This is a big piece of rock, boys and girls.
Right there.
Push this. Holy smokes, bro. That looks insane. All right, now we gotta turn it. Come straight across. Wow, that is gonna look insane, folks. I can't even believe my eyes, to be honest with you. That just changed the whole enclosure. Hopefully the head mount's getting it. there. I mean, folks,
You know what?
this is crazy.
Problema, güey.
It's insane.
Está todo doblado, ¿no?
Gotta get that right there. See it, amigo?
Yes, mucho
That,
bueno.
that right there. That little gap. Oh my goodness, folks. Okay, this is what we've got done so far. Sand down. It actually looks really, really good with sand, although it's not very natural, and according to everyone that I've talked to, spoke to about the substrate, the most natural, the better. I've been told turf. I don't really want to go turf. One, because I'm trying to be different. I mean, my buddy Blake, who has otters, and it's actually the parents of the otter I'm getting, he's got turf in his. It's awesome, easy to clean, but I want it to be more of a natural vibe, so I'm going natural sod. That's what's kind of giving me the like, I'm doing it this way. So once the natural sod is down, which should be done very, very soon, that's done. Look at what it looks like just with that difference. It changed the entire enclosure for the better. Of course, our artificial stump goes over to our background that runs along the entire back of the pond, and it's a little dirty right now from laying flat on the sand, so imagine all those white pieces, kind of not white, just rock look. It is incredible in here. I cannot wait to see the piece that's actually going right here now and running along there, because that's what's really going to tie in this entire corner, and the boys are outside right now cutting that piece. Thank you to Universal Rock for sending this. It changed the entire perspective of the enclosure. The deck looks so good. This looks epic from right here. Look at that. So different. It's completely different, and the blue looks amazing. All we got to do is put that second coat on, and it'll kind of get rid of a lot of the stuff that didn't fully cure, and it'll make it really, really dark blue. You'll have seen the ponds before inside the fish building. That's what this same thing is painted with, so that's something we got to get done. Also, this stuff in the back, see this opening here? We're gonna get wire and do concrete back here, and it'll all kind of fill in. Same thing for this right here. This will be concrete or piece of wood of some sort, so the otter will not be able to get behind the pond whatsoever. It's okay that this rock wall stops right here, because this is where the waterfall is going to go. It's going to kind of play right off the corner of this and flow down into the pond. So imagine that rock wall kind of continuing into some rockscape that's going to be flowing into the pond. These look absolutely amazing. I wish this was a little bit skinnier so it kind of looked like it went through more. I could probably make that work by just folding this in really tight like that. And as you can see, it does make it skinnier, so I'll probably work on that right now. But for the most part, fellas, I mean, this is incredible. And the next step is the final step for part 3. And that's getting this right here on. Hector. Absolutely incredible. Eric, through the fence. Boom! Oh, I'm blinded. It looks absolutely insane, folks. I mean, this is the final look at what we've gotten done for Otter Enclosure Part 3. Absolutely spectacular. As you can see, that rock wall underneath for the pond really ties into the whole entire back of the enclosure, with the tree trunks covering the 4x4s. Like I said, the rock wall though on the back really ties in this entire enclosure, especially once that waterfall is there. This is going to look a lot different once it's rinsed off too, but more on that in part 4. Make sure you're subscribed down below. That way you don't miss part 4, right? Don't miss it. We're still working out here. I wanted to get this video live, part 3, because I'm impatient and I want you to see how far we've come so far. Big shout out to the boys. Shout out to D-Wolf for hooking up with tools. Big shout out to Universal Rock. There's so many amazing companies that are allowing to make all these projects possible. And of course, you watching the videos right now. Without you watching, there's no way any of this would get done. So keep on watching, subscribe, share it with a friend. That drill noise needs to stop. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Otter's coming soon, baby.